Hello everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to reduce logical volume in LVM. In previous tutorial, we have seen that how to extend the logical volume. So if we say here df-h, and now we can see here our created LV size is around 3 GB. And maybe we wanted to reduce by 2 GB. We just wanted to keep 1 GB, right? So there is a one important point to note while reducing. The LVM should be unmounted. It should be not in use. So that is a requirement. All right. So in extend, it's not a requirement we can do on fly, but here in reduce, we have to do that. So we'll run the command umount. So one more thing we do here. Let's say example, I went into in partition. Part 001. Okay, and maybe I'm using it, right? And now I want to just do the unmount. I just took the duplicate session of this. We'll say here duplicate session, and one more session we have logged in, right? Sudo su hyphen. Now someone using that part I don't know, and I went to remount it. So sorry, I went to unmount it. So umount slash part 001. So it will say here cannot perform umount because target is busy, and there are the number of files are open, and this file is also open. So when you umount any partition or any mount point, and if it is busy, it will not allow. So it will giving you the hint that you can use lsof or fuser to figure it out. So if we say lsof and if we type this directory name, so here we get the important detail, that is PID, which process is using it. So 1151 is a process using the part 001. All right. So we can go ahead and directly kill that process. So we'll say kill forcefully with 9, and we'll give the right. Now here in the terminal it says killed. That means now that problem is solved, right? So now if we try to umount, it will work. So this is a common issue we came across when we are doing umount. In that case, we can use the command lsof and the directory name or file name. We can find out which process is using it, and if we are confident, we can go ahead and kill it. And once we kill it, that process is going to be terminated, and that file get free, right? So now the first step is over, is to unmount it. The second step to reduce is we have to go ahead and run e2fsck, is to check the file system if there is any error. If there is an error, that will create an issue, right? So we'll expand this window and we'll list out the steps. So what we are doing, the first step we have did umount. Umount means unmount. Second step is we have to run e2 fsck. This command will check the file system for any error. All right. So once we check the file system for any error, we have to run the resize to fs. Here we have to run the before reducing, but in the extend one we are running resize to fs after extending. So this is a very important point to know. So here first we have to run the resize to fs and then we have to reduce it. But in extend, what we have did, we have to first extend it and then we have to run the resize to fs. Okay, so resize to fs. So once we done the resize to fs, we resize to fs we have to do with actual the partition size that we want. So let's say we want only 1 GB, so we have to give that 1 GB over here. But in extend we are not giving anything, we are just typing resize to fs and after that the partition complete LVM name, right? But here resize is a bit different that we are going to look when we actually doing that. So final command we have to run is lv reduce, and after that with hyphen l we have to say how much we have to reduce. So we'll say here hyphen, that is minus 2 GB in our command, and then the path of the LVM, right? So once we complete this, we have to directly mount it and we can see that the volume is reduced, right? So let us move on step by step. The first step is completed, that is U mount. Now let's move on the step number 2. Step number 2 is to check the file system, right? So for which LVM we are doing, so we'll do LVS, and the LVM is this one, LV1, right? So we'll say here T2FSCK FF, and we'll write the complete path Dave my old LV1, right? So it says there is no error, okay, and everything is checked successfully, so it looks fine. Now we'll go on the step number 3, that is resize to fs. So we'll say here resize to fs. For which LV we are doing? We are doing Dave my whole LV1. And what the size we want? So the size we want is 1 GB. So we'll say here 1 GB. So it says invalid. So here, if we say here 1G, it will resize to 1G, right? Now we have to mount it. So we'll say mount /dev /my wall LV1, and we have mounted on the part 00, right? Now if we run df-h, we can see that it's become 1 GB. Thank you so much for watching it. In this way we can resize the LVM.